Hey, welcome to Too Many Gadgets. Today I'm talking about a robot vacuum cleaner from Xiaomi, a budget version called the Mi Robot Vacuum Mop. Robot vacuum cleaners is so important in our household, and the second it breaks down, I would buy a new one. We really use them a lot. The last 5 years or so, I've been using Xiaomi robot vacuum cleaners. And 6 months back, I did a review of the top model from Xiaomi/Roborock, the S6 Pure. And this is in the other end of the price scale. So it will be interesting to see, what can you do with the budget-oriented model, what don't you get, and is it worth the money that it costs? Let's have a look.
To control this vacuum cleaner, you either have the option of using the physical buttons on the top of the device or the Mi Home app from Xiaomi. To use the app, you will need to connect the device to your Wi-Fi network. No hub is required. The wet mop can control how much water it uses, and that is done from within the app. The vacuum cleaner can be connected to both Amazon Alexa and Google Home, and you can start and stop it using those commands. All the brushes can be easily changed and are fairly cheap. To add this device to the Mi Home app, you will need to hit the plus sign in the top right corner, go to the Home Appliances sections, and here we can find this device from within the vacuum cleaners list. Here you see the Mi Robot Vacuum Mop, and once you press that, we will need to start this device Wi-Fi network, declare from within the Mi Home app which Wi-Fi network we want it to connect to, find the robot within the temporary Wi-Fi network in the list, and that will start the whole syncing process. Once we've done that, we can define which room within the Mi Home app we want it to sit within and give it a name. And you can see here that Amazon Alexa have already found this device.
So having had robot vacuum cleaners for almost 20 years now, I sort of have a good idea on what to look for to determine whether a unit is good or bad. So what I'm looking for is its ability to navigate through my entire house, the ability to handle doorsteps, and to make sure that the no-go zones and virtual walls are being respected. And also the ability to find back to the charging station and to recharge and then continue the vacuum if it is running low on battery. So let's have a look at how this unit does.
So because this device has a camera that's constantly taking pictures, it's using those pictures to map your house and making an intelligent route in order for it to do the cleaning efficiently. So it's not pretty much running over the same place many times. It's running in straight lines and going through the house in a pretty efficient manner. Small obstacles like doorsteps or carpets doesn't seem to be a problem. It can easily overcome those. If it needs to, either when it's finished or if it's running low on battery, it will find back to the charging station and resume cleaning afterwards. When you're using the wet mop attachment, you need to add water both to the water tank and to the cloths to make sure that it is running efficiently. You can then attach the wet mop attachment to the device and start it. I advise you to define from within the app which area you are going to clean to make sure that you are only cleaning areas that can handle the water of the wet mop attachment. You have the ability to define no-go zones like I'm demonstrating now, and you can also define virtual walls that will be virtual lines that the vacuum cleaner will not pass.
So like I mentioned earlier, I did a review of the S6 Pure like half a year ago, and let's talk about the differences between that top model and this more budget-oriented model. So the main difference for me is that this uses a camera for navigating, where the Pure and some of the prior models we've seen from Xiaomi uses a laser, sort of a rotating laser on top of the unit that is sort of mapping the house while it's running. This uses a camera. It works out actually quite well, but there are some limitations to it. So it says in the manual that you need to make sure that it's not too dark within the house when you're running this unit, and that sort of makes sense because if the camera is sort of recording just black pictures because it's dark, it will not be able to differentiate between what it's sort of taking pictures on and then creating this map of your house. So you need to have the house lit in to a minimum to make sure that this will work. I haven't seen problems with this when I've had it running beneath sofas or beds or anything like that. But again, just make a note of it that this is sort of one of the limitations. Another major difference is the battery. So this unit has a 2600 milliamp battery, where the S6 Pure has above 5000 milliamp battery. That is quite a big difference if you have a big house, whether or not this unit will need to sort of charge halfway through, or if it can do it all in one run. So this, with my house, which is just about 150 square meters, it can just about do it without having to charge halfway through. But the S6 Pure could do it just in one run without any problems. So if that is important for you, you know that if let's say you're just starting the vacuum cleaner when you're leaving the house in the morning and just want it to be done when you're coming home, it won't be a problem with this unit, because again, the extra charging time will be like perhaps half an hour or something like that, perhaps even an hour if it needs to do it more than once. But again, if you are away for many hours, that's not a problem. But if you are at home and just want it to get done, then you might want to optimize having a larger battery with one of the other Xiaomi vacuum cleaners than this one. So both the S6 Pure and this robot vacuum mop has this wet mop attachment. The water tank is actually a little bit bigger on this one than on the Pure, and this again can control how much water it uses in the app, where the Pure had sort of a small physical contact on the wet mop attachment that you use to control the amount of water. Even though this is the budget model, this actually has more suction power than the Pure did. So the Pure was rated at 2000 and this is rated at 2500. Both units uses a dust chamber made of plastic that can be detached from the unit when you want to enter it. They pretty much look alike, but it is slightly bigger on the Mi Robot Vacuum Mop. So hope you liked all this information about this vacuum cleaner. It costs roughly $230 from AliExpress, including shipping, and I'll leave a link to you in the description field. So my conclusion about this vacuum cleaner is that it's good to see that Xiaomi have updated sort of their budget range of vacuum cleaners. You get a lot for your money here with the wet mop attachment and the ability to navigate very smoothly over doorsteps and stuff like that. Compared to some of the high-end models, the caveats of this model is that it has a smaller battery, so it will need to charge during the clean if it can sort of make it all the way through, where some of the more expensive models, the battery on those are so big that they can probably do it all in one run. Also, one of the downsides of this is the app universe, where on the more expensive models you have the ability to sort of define these rooms within the app, and those are permanently saved, whereas you can't do that on this. You can sort of only have the map and pinpoint a specific zone, but you'll have to do that each and every time. It cannot sort of say that a specific area is your living room or kitchen and so forth. So if that is important to you, you need to look at some of the more expensive models. Check out some of my other videos. You'll find a review of the Pure S6 from Roborock, which can do sort of that stuff. But again, I'm very content with this robot vacuum cleaner. I think it's a good value, and for those of you on a budget, I really think you get a lot for your money here. So highly recommended for me. And should you have any questions or anything you want to know about this that I haven't explained, just shoot out a comment and I'll try to answer them. You can find a link to this vacuum cleaner in the description field. Again, have a good day, guys. See you in another video.